Hey guys, how's it going? It's time for my first impressions of the beta. Now, some things I want to point out is it does sound great. People were complaining that it might be a little too loud. Just adjust your volume in the game. Like, it sounds good. Sound is not a problem. Now, as far as sound goes, though, I do prefer the sound of bullets whizzing by you like this compared to popping by you like this. Another thing I do appreciate is the ragdoll effect. The ragdoll effect in this game is awesome. Now, a lot of us who played the original Modern Warfare know that the ragdoll effect in that game was pretty awesome, but mainly because it was broken. It could be really glitchy and stretchy and wacky and flingy, shoot you into the atmosphere kind of thing. But this obviously has some mechanics to it in this game, and it is very well done. I know there's still some polishing to do, but I like it. I also like how my kill streaks are now very visible. When I played in LA, whenever I got a kill streak or notified of a kill streak, I barely noticed. I mentioned this in a video a while back, sent it in to the devs. I was assured by Joel that other people had seen it, and sure enough, that change has been made, and he assured me that other changes I talked about in my video are still being worked on, which is fantastic. I'm just waiting for this one. Like, this, I think, looks lame in comparison to something like this. Just saying. Now to the major critiques. The strafe movement and foot movement, it felt kind of clunky when I first got on. Over time, it didn't feel so bad. I don't know if I got used to it or if they were updating it as time went on. But regardless, even when I was feeling used to it, I saw people still complaining about it in the community online. So obviously that is a problem. Minimap on the larger game modes, man, like when it's small 6v6 on a smaller map, it's not that big of a problem, but these bigger maps and 10v10, people are noticing. I saw a lot of people who were saying, "Yay, I'm okay with it not having a minimap," totally changing their mind as soon as they got a hold of the beta. Some of these people I had actually talked to about this and said, "Hey, you're not going to believe it until you play it for yourself." Sure enough, they played it, and yeah, they recognized for bigger game modes the minimap is kind of a must. Campers really taking advantage of the fact that nobody was seeing their dots in that same corner over and over and over again. But if you see a dot in a corner, and then you see the dot appear in that corner again, everybody's going to know to go after that corner and drop a nade. So campers really using to advantage. Now I understand like having campers taking up power positions in this game and making it a new objective to take over. I get that, and I like that. But one of the reasons it worked back in the day is because we did, in fact, have a mini map, and that helped out a lot. You can't try to recreate that same type of feeling, that same type of power position objective from a previous game if you take away one of the key components that made it work really well in the first place. That's what's becoming more and more apparent as everybody plays the beta. Now, I didn't feel this, I didn't run into this problem, but a lot of people were complaining about jumping, a crap ton of jumping, and that's not something you can really control. But they felt like in older CODs, like you jump and you have like a good jump and then has to like recharge. Like you have to recharge your stamina. If you just keep jumping, it's not as high. They felt like there really wasn't that much of a difference between your stamina jump and your weak jump, and you could just bounce around like a bunny continuously. Again, this isn't something I personally ran into that much, but multiple people brought it up, including a friend of mine that I was playing with. I just feel like that's something that needs to be looked into. Now, the zooming out before you respawn makes the respawning feel really slow, and when you're in a fast-paced situation trying to get back into the game, it can feel really annoying. I experienced that several times. I don't know what the purpose of it zooming out, maybe it's just like load time or whatever. I heard people saying, oh, it gives you some type of advantage of looking at the map and seeing where people are. But at the same time, if we had a mini map, we could have the advantage of seeing people's gunshots around the map and just pressing square to immediately respawn back into the game, and things would have a much better flow, in my opinion. Now, I wrote this down as a note that the meta, people were not using the chargeables that much, but as time went on, people started adapting, the meta started changing, all within, 12 hours, the meta changed and people were actually utilizing their tools more and adapting. And, you know, we could see that it stayed balanced and it was useful. It did have a purpose. And it didn't feel like OP or clunky in any way. So that was something I wrote down as a possible problem that turned out to be kind of a good thing. One more thing is the menu. I get it. It's like World War II. It's like Battlefield. This again is just my personal preference. I only heard like 1 or 2 people agree with me on this, but I would really like it if the menu was set up like classic COD, where you have the options on the left and the players on the right, instead of the whole R1, L1 thing. Just a suggestion to try out. Now, I had brought this up in a previous video, and then I saw a lot of people bring this up when they played the beta, and that is the blood screen. The gray, black and white with the ears ringing, trying to mimic tinnitus or whatever, it's not jiving with a lot of people. It didn't jive with me. I expressed that early on. I really think you should try just having the bloody screen. Like, just packing on that blood. The more damage you get, getting blinded by how red your screen is, and the heavy breathing that comes with that, and hearing your heartbeat, you know, making it really panicky. I don't feel panicky when my screen goes black and white. It just feels annoying, like lackluster and annoying at the same time. And obviously, I'm not the only one that feels that way. So that was my first impression overall. Again, besides the cosmetic stuff, my biggest concerns was just like the clunky movement and the mini map. 2 of the biggest concerns in the entire community. But go ahead and comment your thoughts down below. Keep the conversation going. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Check out my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.